going to talk about a fairly large and ongoing project where we've been evaluating the public health and social effects of the Cannabis Regulation and Tax Act in Illinois, which was enacted in 2019 and went into effect in 2020. If you lived in the state at that time, you might recall the long lines outside the dispensaries that formed in January of that year. I can assure you the state is still doing a rather brisk business in cannabis sales and receiving quite a lot of tax revenue as a result. One of the interesting things about the Tax Act, and somewhat unique compared to other states, is that it called for an evaluation, in fact required it, so that the state legislators wanted to know, if we legalize this drug, what are going to be the public health effects? And so they mandated that the Illinois Department of Human Services produce this annual report that would be submitted to a health advisory committee that reports to the governor's office, and that information then would be shared with legislators, et cetera, to hopefully address any adverse impacts of the legislation. So we were fortunate in the College of Social Work to receive the contract from the state to do that annual report, which we've produced for the last 5 years, the most recent one being done in September of this past year. We'd like to think that as we've progressed, it's grown in sophistication and nuance. The last report was 160 pages, maybe a little overkill, I don't know. But we tried to be comprehensive. So how did we do it? We looked at what other states were doing that had preceded Illinois. We looked at California, Oregon, Washington, and so what are they reporting on? We researched the literature. We identified right away that we needed a comprehensive set of indicators to look at the broad possible array of public health effects that could occur from cannabis legalization. You can see some of them here. I call your attention to the quote at the bottom of the screen from Marcus Aurelius, that which stands in our way is our way. And I can tell you it's not for the faint of heart that you trying to obtain all these data. A lot of our work has gone into just getting the data sets, getting them in shape for analysis and so on. So very quickly, what have we found? If you pressed me to say what's been the overall finding of this, I would sound like I'm hedging a little bit and say it's a mixed bag. Some things we expected to occur didn't, other things we didn't expect did, and I'll focus on this slide in the middle chart because I'm short on time here. That's where we dived into equity issues, and we looked at the triangle areas are where the dispensaries the legal dispensaries are located in Chicago. The blue dots are where arrests have occurred in Chicago. And you can see there's somewhat of a disparity there. We've been hammering on this issue quite a lot, that we need more equitable distribution of the dispensaries in the city and throughout the state. So many more findings to share. I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.